This is Jeff Sobel. I am the managing member of the Sobel Group, headquartered in Phoenix, Arizona. With over 4 decades of expertise in the account receivable management industry, my associates and I have developed and refined a program that can help position you to recover and retain 100% of the past due principal balance on those accounts that do not pay you timely. Before we discuss the real cost of a bad debt write-off, let's take a couple of minutes and talk about what a business can do to help prevent that write-off. An effective collection policy begins with being aware of what is happening in the industry, with the customer, and the economy. It is important to keep in mind that although you may be in the business of supplying goods and/or services, you are also in the banking business. Every time you sell labor and/or materials to a customer on credit, you are lending them money. The same due diligence used in credit investigation should be used in the collection process. Remember that the credit application is both a credit tool and a collection tool. The credit application should contain information about the customer's legal entity, who to contact, banking and trade references, etc. Knowing if the customer is also past due with other creditors is critical when contacting the customer for a past due invoice. Some companies do not contact their customer until the invoice is over 45 days past due, which basically extends the original terms of sale. To maintain an effective collection policy, customers should be contacted as close to the due date as possible. It is necessary to educate the customer that their bills need to be paid timely. It is also important to remember that timely payment of their invoices will not be important to the customer if they think it is not important to the business creditor. If the creditor's terms offer a discount, the proper time to contact the customer is before the expiration of the discount date. Instead of making a collection call, a courtesy call can be made to the customer to remind them not to miss the discount date. Customers who repeatedly offer excuses of not receiving delivery, invoices, etc. should be contacted 10 days after invoicing to help identify any problems early so they can be resolved before the due date. The following are some tools that businesses can use to help reduce a potential bad debt write-off. Accept credit card payments. Past due customers may be willing to pay their past due balances using a credit card. Turn a past due account receivable into a note receivable. If a business determines that it is necessary to accept payments on a past due balance, convert that past due account to a promissory note. If research by the business credit grantor determines that the customer is having a temporary cash flow problem and will most likely overcome that problem soon, the business can then keep the customer's credit line open. COD. When a customer gets so far behind in paying, the business credit grantor may determine that they are less likely to lose money by placing the customer on COD instead of extending more credit. This way, a sale can still be made, but further risk to the business is fixed at the existing past due balance. The customer should be required to sign a promissory note for the past due balance. In our current economic times, management understands that it is more important than ever to manage your cost of doing business. They understand that cash flow is the engine that drives businesses, large and small, and that delinquent accounts are the brakes that bring companies to a screeching halt. The current economic conditions have pushed many companies to extend the time they will permit an accounts receivable to age prior to instituting formal collection efforts. Based on a survey by the Commercial Law League of America, this loosening of payment requirements may be severely impacting companies' cash flow and bottom line. The probability of full collection on a delinquent account drops dramatically with the length of delinquency. The following chart shows how dramatically the probability of full collection drops as the account ages. As you can see in the chart, even after only 3 months, the probability of collecting a delinquent account drops to 71.2%. After 6 months, collectability drops to 54.7%. And after 1 year, the probability of ever collecting a delinquent account drops to 21.3%. The results of this survey clearly demonstrate the critical importance of taking positive action when an accounts receivable ages past its due date. Today's economy requires that companies maintain a healthy cash flow. This is true no matter what industry you are in. Delinquent accounts that are permitted to age can wreak havoc on a company's liquidity, as well as tie up management and staff time that can be put to far better use. Companies must take a hard line on past due receivables and turn to professional help when their internal efforts have not proved successful. Bad debt write-offs affect more than your company's cash flow and bottom line performance. They also impact your sales and marketing efforts. This next chart shows the multiplier impact on sales from bad debt write-offs. For example, a business with a net profit of 2% experiencing $10,000 in write-offs would require an additional $500,000 in sales to offset that loss. A $50,000 write-off operating at a 5% net profit would require $1 million in additional sales to offset that loss. Due to the current economy, many companies are delaying payments to their suppliers and other creditors as long as they can. If your customer is not paying you timely and a default occurs in your payment terms, what do? In the past, your choices were to refer the past due account to a collection attorney or collection company. In those cases, your best scenario would be that the amount owed was recovered. However, the downside is that you did not receive 100% of the past due principal that was due you. Why not? It is because the collection attorney or collection company retained an average of 25 to 50% of the money that they recovered. On a $40,000 bad debt, you may only receive $20,000 to $30,000 of your money. That is a big downside. That is the reason most companies continue to contact their past due customers and delay formal collection activity. They do that even though they know that the chance of recovery seriously declines each month the account ages. The bottom line is that the account is eventually referred for collection no earlier than 4 to 6 months past due. Remember, if they are past due with you, they most likely are past due with other creditors. One of our clients in Arizona had a customer also located in Arizona that was past due with them for $161,031.15. Our client provided us with a copy of the customer's signed application and agreement for business credit along with their last statement. A few weeks later, because of our expertise, my client received and retained 100% of their past due principal balance. Again, my client received 100% of the $161,031.15 and did not have to pay any fee. Why not? The combination of our expertise and our application and agreement for business credit resulted in the customer paying the fees, not our client. As you can see, we provide you with an alternative. Using the services of the Receivable Group, We can help position you to be able to retain 100% of the past due principal balance recovered on those accounts that do not pay you timely. Our specialists can contact your customers with the same sensitivity that your company requires. We have the ability to effectively recover money while retaining the customer, which requires a special ability to communicate. Our services speed up your cash flow and protect your receivables. Your customer is told to remit directly to your office, so you have an immediate cash flow advantage. Your office does not have to continue calling the past due customer for 4 to 6 months because you do not want to give away 25 to 50% of your money. The Receivable Group has over 4 decades of expertise in the account receivable management industry. Our expertise includes, but is not limited to, the following areas: asset investigation, business organizational matters, commercial collections, commercial credit, construction law, credit analysis, credit consulting, creditors' rights, debt reduction consulting, extension of credit and ongoing evaluation, financial statement analysis, post-judgment remedies. Our clients range from locally owned construction supply companies to Fortune 500 companies in the aerospace industry. Contact us in the next 5 business days and take advantage of the following offer. If your customer does not pay you timely, provide us with a copy of our signed application and agreement for business credit, along with their latest statement reflecting the invoice dates and date of last payment. Your customer will be contacted, advising them to remit directly to your office. Once you receive payment, we will bill you for the additional fees and interest signed for and paid by the customer. You retain 100% of the past due principal balance recovered in accordance with our application and agreement for business credit. If you are not currently using our application form, we will work out a special arrangement with your office and assist you in updating your existing credit applications. When you contact us, we will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. We look forward to working with you to help reduce your credit losses. Our contact information follows.